what study tools actually work. So we're going to compare different study tools to see what actually is most helpful. So I'm going to give you examples and reviews in my honest opinion on what's better. So for example, some things we're going to do is physical timer versus phone timer, a regular black pen versus color pens, different types of paper, composition notebook versus spiral notebook, studying with noise cancellation headphones, or just music and audio. So follow along and let's see what's actually better for focus in getting stuff done. So the first comparison is different types of paper. So for this, we have paper with different amount of lines. So this piece of paper has 27 different lines, and this piece of paper has 33 different types of lines. So which paper is better? In my opinion, the paper with the 33 lines is better because yeah, it gives you a little more space, but you can write a lot more stuff with this. Like if you write one sentence or one idea per line, you can write a lot more. And especially this is a lot better for your habits. Like let's say each line you track one habit progress. This tracks 33 habits, but the other paper only tracks 27 habits. So in my opinion, the winner is the one with the most lines. Now let's compare the next thing. The next thing is composition notebooks versus spiral notebooks. So I use both of them. So which one do I think is better? If you want to save space, I'd recommend the composition notebook. You can clearly see the difference in space it takes. If you want to stack these, like say, let me show you. That's just one notebook each, but what does it look like if you stack it? So for this, once you start stacking these, it takes more space and it's a bit harder to organize. But look at this. This is also why I prefer composition notebooks. Like look how many notebooks these are. They take they don't take much space and they stack nice and cleanly. So you see the difference between them? So what do you think? My opinion, I think the composition notebooks are better. It's smaller, usually takes less space, and it looks cleaner when stacked, especially if you use multiple notebooks. So the winner, I'll give it to the composition notebooks. Okay, next item. Now let's compare the pens. Which pens are better for studying? So either plain black pens or different color pens. So let's see both of them. So in my opinion, I think both of them you should use for your notes. So the black pen, you can use this to write the video title. Like let's say you're learning from free success videos. You write the video title. You can write today's date. And then for the color pens, you can use this to write the ideas and the things that you learned to make it look more clean and more organized instead of the whole paper having just one color pen. So let me show you an example with this. So this is how it will look. So you would have the video title, and you can do this on, let's say, your notebook, like your composition notebook, right? You would have today's date. So the video title and today's date, and maybe let's say you put the page number, like let's say page 67. Let's say that's the page that you're on in the notebook to keep it more organized. So you would have that, right? And then what you could do is for your color pens, you can pick one pen. And let's say you learn idea 1. You can write that down. If you learn another idea, idea 2. So you can see the difference. On the left side, you have color pens. The right side, you just have a black pen for your notes. Now, physical timer versus a phone timer. What's better? Okay, so the physical timer, you can have it right in front of you. Like you can start it whenever you need to. No distractions, like you wouldn't have notifications, scrolling, you wouldn't have anything to distract you. But the problem is that this is harder to use anytime. Like if you need to, let's say, go out the house to do a habit or go to a store, it's hard to add this physical timer on you. And especially like for example, this timer has like a 99-minute or something like that max time. So if you have a task that takes longer than that, this timer isn't going to be accurate. But the phone timer you can use anytime, anywhere. But again, the problem with this is usually you can have only one timer at a time. With this, you can have different strategies to use multiple timers at the same time. So I'd say, again, there's no specific winner for this because both of them can be helpful, but it depends on the situation. Like most home habits, like simple money habits at home, let's say you're tracking your morning routine habits, simple habits at home, you can use a physical timer. But if you're doing habits outside of the house, you can either write the time you left the house and time you got back, or you could just set a physical timer. Also, like for my situation, like let's say you record social media videos, you have to do a lot of start stops, and it usually takes a while. So for that, for making social media videos, I recommend a phone timer. So it really depends on the situation, this one, but I would say both of them are very helpful. Physical timer and phone timer. Now let's compare audio. Audio is a big thing for productivity and focus. So what's better? Noise cancellation headphones to remove a lot of the background noise so it can be very quiet, or some headphones so you can listen to music, podcasts, motivational videos, bunch of different things that you can listen to while you're studying. So let's say while we're reading, for example, what's better? So let's say while we're reading, what's better? Should we use noise cancellation headphones or listen to audio? I think for this, habits that require deep focus and habits that you think about, I think noise cancellation headphones is better. Because let's say, for example, you have words or podcasts of people talking in the background and you also reading, then you'll be multitasking, focusing on two single things at the same time. So for habits that you need to think about or read, noise cancellation headphones I'd say is better. Let's say you're doing a home workout, or let's say you're cleaning. This is especially good if you're cleaning. Then you can listen to stuff like your podcast or motivational videos. So I compare these, and these have their good and their bad, but it really depends on the situation. So I'd recommend all these study habits, but at the end of the day, you can test both of them to see what is best for you. So leave in the comments below what is your opinions. Out of all the things that we compared, which ones do you think are better?